What is up, everybody? This is Veronica of Vero I Am, and today I have such a dope project with, it's a familiar face, with my best friend, BFF, day one, Desiree.
Hello.
I am super excited for this project because it's like long overdue.
Way overdue.
We get asked all the time, like a million and one questions about our friendship, how long have you guys known each other, so on, so forth. So we thought it'd be super dope to kind of let you guys into our world and know our story and, you know, our friendship story.
It only makes sense.
So yeah, so we have, we gathered some questions together and we would love to answer them, and, you know, hopefully we'll do a part 2 and you guys can answer some stuff. So let's get started. I am super excited for this, guys. So the first question was, how did we meet?
So we actually met in high school.
So it was like what, like 13 years ago now, if you think about it?
It's a long damn time.
Dang, we old.
We got some
We
history
get
going
old.
on. Seriously, but yeah, we met in high school, but it was rocky a little bit. Believe it or
Well,
not.
we fought all the time. I feel like we always fought.
We bumped. It was a lot of bumping of heads.
But I just feel like because we were two strong people and we were just like, don't. We were
personalities,
always going
but
at it.
Nothing was malicious or
Yeah.
anything like that. It's just one of those things. Being girls, being young girls, you know, things happen. But you know, we were able to come back stronger than ever. How long ago was it? We weren't around your right before your wedding.
So literally, we started talking like a month before I even got engaged. So that was like mad long ago, like six plus years ago.
Yeah.
We literally stopped talking over like our major fight was like the end of the world.
And it was over a dumb ex.
We stopped talking for 2
Of mine.
years over a stupid comment off Facebook.
Yes.
This one called me like, what was that about my man? And I was like, we had it out.
And it was just
so stupid.
so
stupid.
minute. And you know, for 2 years, it's just like, my God, you know, obviously there was something in us that brought us back together because we both wanted it to.
Yeah.
We knew we were both worth it to be in each other's lives, and there was a reason why there was a falling out. There was a reason why we came back together, and years later, now we're here. Look at God.
Thanks,
All right.
you know, do it. So we've had like a roller coaster friendship, which it's been a good roller coaster. But what would you say like got us through to continue growing after like we've offended or hurt each other? What would you say about that?
Honestly, stepping back, and it takes 2 adults to do this. Not everyone can do it, but kind of stepping back and evaluating ourselves, evaluating the situation, and knowing who you're dealing with, really knowing who, you know, what the relationship is to you and who they are to you, makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I agree.
So us having a roller coaster of a friendship, we've gone through things, so we already have an idea. The hardest part is like figuring out how to come back, and us having our moments, whether we may need a day, an hour, a week,
2 years.
2 years. But that was, of course, 2 years.
Yeah.
That was when we were younger. But now, being adults, and we just have to step out of it.
Yeah.
Step out of the situation. At least I know I step out of the situation. I know that our friendship and our relationship is worth way more than a fight. Things are gonna happen. That's the natural things
I think it's
and the
key.
natural laws
It's
of
worth it.
relationships, right?
Yeah, I think that's key. Like we're both worth fighting for. So I
Right.
feel like that's like where it's at. And like I think for me, I had to step back because I'm so quick to get offended, and that's something I've always worked on. Like, hold on, wait a minute, let me like re-examine the whole situation. But I just feel like it's more or less like kind of like it's not about right or wrong. It's just figuring out like, okay, listen, I said this, you said that. Like, let's stop pointing the finger, just squash it and keep it moving. I think that's like the
That's
dopest
key.
part of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like moving past, like it's
Being able to get through it.
Yeah, getting through
because
it.
not many people can, and there's a lot of pettiness and immaturity, and you got to grow up.
I think the wrong or the right is what gets people all the time. Because I feel like we've had our share of many shares of that. Like, absolutely. Well, I'm right. And she's wrong. And until she admits it, I'm not talking to her. And like,
but again, that's a part of growing up and growing within
absolutely.
a friendship, within a relationship.
Absolutely.
And readjusting, you know, yourself. There's a lot, you know, that goes into it. And, you know, like she mentioned, she can be quick to get defensive. And I know, you know, I'm sensitive, but I know she could probably be just as sensitive, but I know her. I know that
don't be talking about me being sensitive though.
I'm sensitive
don't do
too.
That.
But the whole point of it is that knowing that and me accepting that about her and not, you know, that's what helps us get along. Because it's like, okay, so then how do I approach Veronica and how do I need to go about this situation? But that's knowing someone and caring for them and loving them no matter what.
Absolutely.
And that's a big part of it. So I think that's definitely what keeps our friendship spicy.
Oh, I like that. Spicy.
No, it's all about growth.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing when you can keep going.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Keep growing.
Good stuff.
Yeah,
So what was my reaction when Des told me she wanted to model? So the crazy part of that question is, I was telling this girl to do it for the longest. I said, Des, you're dope. Des, you're dope. Des, you're dope. So finally she was like, all right, maybe I said, Des, I got a dope photographer. Shout out to Jamal Momin.
Big bro.
Homie's dope. And we like hooked it up. I'll never forget, we were at the studio and it's so funny because I told myself, I was like, oh, I can't do this modeling thing because I'm so like skeevy. Homegirl took her shoes off in like this warehouse floor, and I was like, ah! And I was like, no.
Model life.
And I was like, yo, she really wants this. And this girl turns on. I was like, yo, I knew she had it. So I think that was like the moment. Like I always knew she had it in her. It was just a matter of just like kind of pushing her and let her
owning it and doing it. And this one was there every step from the beginning.
So I've always known she's had it. So and now we're here. Now she's this dope signed model. So we're good. We're good.
Okay, so the moment
my first shoot.
Veronica's first blog post shoot put together. Okay, so the day was epic. It was eventful. It was fun.
This shot one on an iPhone 6.
Listen, I was ride or die, okay?
And blurry.
So this one's husband, Brandon, bought her a camera. We didn't have time to try to figure it out. She was getting frustrated.
I didn't charged. We didn't.
Was that it?
Yes, it needed to be charged.
She was like, "Why is this not on? Why is this not recording?"
So I was like, "Dude, I don't know. We're gonna grab my phone.
We can't waste time. We got the sun out right now. We gotta go. So, ride or die. I'm gonna do whatever I have to do."
And it was mad cold that day.
It was cold out.
Oh, it was cold that day.
She was nervous, but it was just like, we got this. It's good. And I can remember specifically, there were some other girls in the park taking pictures. You remember?
Stank.
And they were stank. They had,
mine, she had her little Louis bag.
She had a camera and everything. And she was looking at me like they kept whispering.
I mean,
because listen, I will do whatever I have to do.
Granted, we had a
for
phone.
This girl. We had an iPhone 6.
She had like a Canon 6D.
But the way
2000.
I was set up, it was like angles. And you would have thought I would have had like a full-on Canon. God. And it didn't matter. It didn't matter. I was going to do whatever and get that shot because that's what she needed.
Yeah.
And I was there to rock with her.
Dude.
So it is what it is.
It's crazy.
You got to do what you got to do. And I kept looking back at the girls like, and?
Yo, for real. And low-key, I was like, I'm so embarrassed.
I was ready.
But yeah.
Fitted in Timbs and all.
That is so true. Oh, and then I lost my earrings. We were changing the car.
Changing in the car. She was like, wait, what do you mean changing the car?
And I am the modest one. I will stick myself. No.
We got 3 looks.
So
get with it.
That's when I understood the model life that day.
But I was super proud of her nonetheless because it took a lot and she was nervous and it was just like all these different changing and she rocked out.
Good stuff.
She rocked out.
Good stuff. That was a good one.
Man, that is crazy. All right, V. So I have a little question for you. So, how do you inspire each other personally and professionally?
Oh, that's a good one. So, where do I go with this one first? So, for the most part, So I feel like you've had your fair share of heartbreak, and I hate to even say it that way, but just like, you've had more than any human should ever have to go through. And I feel like you inspire me so much because you've literally you've had your heart broken so bad, and you were literally able to pick up pieces and continue. And I feel like that's like one of the strongest things. And then be able to do it again and again. I think that's like super, super, super dope to know like there's still life and like love after. And I feel like the fact that you are just able to be so strong in times when you think you're weak, don't cry. I think that's like what inspires me the most. Like when you're like at your lowest, you can actually be at your highest because you're able to pick up yourself from the ground up and you're able to fly. I think like that's the dopest. Professionally, let me talk about my girl real quick. This girl will walk into a room and I feel like the room stops. Like that is something I've always looked up to Des. Like when we were in high school to now, like this girl walk into the room and is like, yo, who is that chick? Like I want to know her name, her number, everything about this girl. Like, listen, we walked in the other night to the restaurant. Oh, I love your hair. Which, by the way, hi.
Hello.
I do.
Hello, hello. Yes.
Like, you just own a room. And I think that's what I look up to. And I'm so inspired by that. Like, you could just walk into a room and kill it without even saying a word. Like, just smooth killer.
And it took time. It took time.
Smooth killer.
It's not always easy, but it's just like, you gotta own it.
I mean,
each other.
Listen, that's what definitely motivates me. So dope.
For me, what inspires me personally, I have always admired and loved that Veronica has the biggest heart ever, and it's genuine, and it's because she wants to, from family members to one she may barely even know. That's just the type of person that she is. And me, I have my petty ways, even my savage
I
ways
definitely
sometimes.
Ground this shit because this is lethal, yo. Aggravate her and it's lethal.
and man, she definitely brings me to a place of being peaceful and thinking rationally, and I need that. It's a perfect balance.
Don't get me wrong. Cut me off on the part where you may just get a few not nice words.
But I may have more not nice words than she. So she has to kind of remind me and just bring me back. But like I said, it's all about balance. And sometimes we could be the complete opposite, but opposites attract. And that's why I say everything happens for a reason. But again, to touch on it, she has the biggest heart. I see the way she is with our friends and our family, and she'll go out of her way just because she wants to. It's in the goodness of her heart and who she is as a Christian, as a sister. I said it once before. It's so humbling, and just overall, she's just a beautiful woman, beautiful person, and it definitely helps me. It's #goals in many ways as a wife. Eventually I want to get there one day, and I learn a lot just seeing how much she loves her husband and takes care of him, how they take care of each other. It's a beautiful thing, just a overall beautiful person, and it's definitely something I look up to. Professionally, being so afraid and nervous initially, like Veronica's always had an amazing fashion sense, and people over the years have always said, girl, you need to do something with this. This is talent. This is, you will go far. You have amazing potential. And it was like, I had to push, but she got there. Yeah. She stepped out, on faith, and she's doing it, She has her website, her blog, and, she continuously grinds and shoots. And it's like, that's what it's about. I'm just so proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm so proud of you. You come so far, and you're still growing. And it's just dope to have my best friend in the same industry, and
that's pretty cool.
For us to kind of lift each other up all the time. It's just, what more could you ask for?
Yeah.
So.